Your facts are starting to piss me off.
Yo, when you talk Stephen A. Smith, there's a lot of things that come to mind. Clout Chaser is one of them. You saw what he did with the Kobe tribute, right? He used that as a platform to diss other players when it's supposed to be about Kobe Bryant. You use that whole thing for ratings and clout to talk about other players in a negative format. So you had to put other players down just to boost up Kobe Bryant. That's
Nigga, help me.
the same way the media does when it comes to LeBron James. You try to put other players down to boost LeBron up, to make LeBron look good. But there is one thing that I agree with you that you did say. All right, and that's this season for LeBron James, described in one word, is useless. Okay, this season is very similar to 2019. 2019, that whole team gave up on LeBron because they realized he was trying to trade them. But in this case, this season is useless for LeBron because he turned it into a stat marathon. It's all about catching records, and winning becomes second place. And you could tell he's taking this season lightly because when you miss games for so-called mild knee soreness, meaning you're not really that hurt to begin with, you just want a little break now and then, and you don't want to play because you don't want to risk the chance of blowing your great record. God forbid if you play a game and you don't get your double digits, or you don't get your 30 points, you don't get none of these things that you tried to get. And if the team loses, they loses. But
Jeez.
if you get your numbers, rather you win or lose, that's all you care about. The numbers come first. Then if you win, cool. If you lose, oh well, we get the next game. That's Carmelo Anthony level right there. That's really Carmelo Anthony's, And I think it's kind of a shame, kind of a hurtful to the game of basketball. You're supposed to be arguably one of the greatest players of this generation. Don't you think you should, in your 19th season, 20th season, something like that, you should be looking to win more than trying to maximize your stats?
Your facts are starting to piss me off.
That should come naturally. You are an all-time great. Any all-time great could come back and try to put up some numbers. What if Michael Jordan came back at the age of 50 and dropped 50 in one game? Big deal. The main objective for you, especially for you, because you're still on a championship contending team, should be winning. It's not like you're playing on the Chicago Bulls where you playing with a bunch of cokeheads and role players. You're playing with all-stars and future Hall of Famers and solid young cast. There's no reason for you guys to be losing games. All right? You mean to tell me all those stats you put up, out of all those 18 games and those stats you put up, y'all managed to stay one game above 500? Big deal. Is that really impressive? And now you're back down and not even above 500 no more. So that's completely pointless. And when you get, I looked at a survey, 66% of people said the Lakers was going to win the championship. That's a pretty high number compared to the rest of the teams. So that means a lot of people thought you guys was going to win the championship. Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. 3 all-stars, a big 3 super team with young good players like Malik Monk, Stanley Johnson, and future Hall of Famers like Melo, veteran presence to win in the playoffs. That's what you need. The Dwight Howards and all that stuff. You got more than enough talent to win the championship. But yet, why is it when you turn on the media, it's constant, LeBron needs this, LeBron needs that? Then one fan said, I can't wait till LeBron come back. Then the Lakers will start winning. Stupid. They were losing with LeBron James. They were only one game above 500. He wasn't doing nothing big. So even to sit there and say he deserved to be MVP is out of this world. Because you don't get MVP for putting up useless, empty stats. These are just stat-chasing numbers to try to catch Carmelo's all-time scoring thing. You try to get there faster. You're going to be playing X amount of years. So take your time, man. And winning should come first. If you're still going to play at the high level, winning should be first, right? So why in the hell are you so concerned with stats? You know, I can't get that for the life of me. You are a seasoned veteran. You shouldn't be stat padding no more. Usually stat padders are young kids, rookies, you know, and they need to do that because they got to get their bag. So they have to stat pad. And that's okay. If you're a young kid, you got to show me, you in show me mode. You just want to prove to the world that you could play. And the best way to do that is put up stats because it's like verified proof, something like that, you know, but still, come on, man. You should be better than this. You know, this is not dissing LeBron James or nothing like that. You should be making a better example. You're arguably the oldest dude out here. And your example, your leadership is not on point. I mean, that's not what a leader does. That's like an OG on the block, you know, teaching a bunch of young kids, you know, do this, do that, bust your gun. You shouldn't be teaching kids that. You should teach them, hey, look what I had to go do. Maybe you should take this other route because it's not worth it. You know, you don't want to be like me in a couple years. I'm still broke living in the projects. Come on, man. You got to do better, you know. All you veterans got to do better. And particularly LeBron James, you're a veteran. You should be doing better. Prince Sports out. Peace.